Hi everyone, it's CJ, and what we're going to be doing today is looking at and making some mini journals. Itty bitty journals, teeny weeny journals, whatever you want to call it. They are little journals. The largest one is 3 by 3. This back row in this first one, that's 2 by 2. And this little one here is a 1 inch. Now the cover is actually a little bit larger than that on all of these, but the inside pages are going to be the square size of either 2 by 2, 3 by 3, or 1 inch square. And I'll go ahead and go through these and show you how I've made them. On the first one, the 3 by 3, and you can see it's just slightly larger. It's about 1/8 of an inch around the edge there. I just had some scrap paper, and in this case, for the demo, I've got some that was painted, and I just cut for my pages 3 inches long by 6 inches across and scored it in the middle, and then I made several pages like this, and then I made a cover which we said was a little bit larger than 3 by 3, so we went, let's say, 3 1/4 for this side and 3 1/4 for this side. That way, when you decide to put your pages inside, in this case what I did was I just sewed them in. You'll have enough room all the way around. Now you don't have to sew them. You could glue them. That's your choice. With this little journal, I just put in, some random artwork that I had made. Okay. Just like so. In fact, I think I've shown this before. So this one, we're going to call that a 3 by 3. And we just stacked papers together that were 3 by 6 and put them into the cover to make the journal. Now the other two, the 1 inch or the 2 inch, I did those a little bit different. I like to make a lot of these. This is a good size for me to work with, also for my hands. With the 3 by 3, this is a nice size too, but I don't always have access to a sewing machine. Now granted, you could poke your holes and sew it that way, and I've done those a few that way. With this type, I had just 10 pages in there. Okay. With this one, you're going to end up with 20 pages, and I'll explain that here in just a little bit. You can see how thick that is. So we had a 1/2 inch for this area. That's how much we allowed. And this was, for the cover, we allowed about 2 1/4. Okay? You can always trim these off if you're not happy with the exact size. With this one, I ran out of this paper. I didn't quite have enough. So you can see that there's just a tiny little bit there on the edge, and that's just fine. It doesn't have to go all the way to the edge. Okay? Now, I'll show you this one. You can close these up any way you want to. This one I just used yarn. And let's see, all of these that you're looking at, the cover is just, it's just painted paper, and inside we've got some painted papers also. You can add different things inside too, like you can create little pockets. When you're done, go back and make sure that your pages turn, okay? You can add little things that you've punched out. Alright. This is a good time too when you want to use your little stamps. This is also good for Inchies. And just, have fun with it. You can leave some pages blank so that you can add other things later. Okay. With this one, I added a ribbon And the best way to do that is, let's say this is your cover, okay? I said it was a little bit larger than 2 inches all the way around. We had a 1/2 inch here, and then our back. Okay, at this point, I would select a ribbon, and I would get it a little bit longer than what I would think you'd need to be. This one I think is about 1 foot long, because I can always cut it off and trim it. Alright, I would lay it down first, and then put some double stick tape over the top of it. And I don't want to go all the way to the very edge here. I want to come in about, let's say about 1/4 inch right here with my double stick tape. Otherwise, when you get ready to tie your knot or tie your bow, it is very difficult to do. So make sure that your tape is in just a little bit when you get ready to put down your ribbon. Okay. When I attach my pages to my cover, I do use double stick tape, and I also use a tacky glue, some kind of thick glue. It's your choice how you do it. If you want to sew it, you want to glue it, you want to put little bands in there to hold pages in, that's your choice. Now the pages that I've used for these, I'll show you how we open that. Have the ribbon on the side, just like so. And here's what I'm talking about. If you put your double stick tape all the way to the edge, it's going to be out there sticky and be a problem for when you want to get ready to tie. So this one again is just my different types of paper that I have in there. Be sure that you go through there and make sure that your pages aren't all stuck together. And doing it this way, you're going to have about 20 pages. And the reason I say about is because you may have a page in there that you want to stick one to the other, just in the way that you're creating it. You use a little finesse, and otherwise you're going to do it your own way and make it work. Okay, my pages, I selected 4 sheets of paper that are 2 inches by 10 inches, and I scored it every 2 inches, and then I just folded it up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, and I did that with all 4 pieces. Now we're talking about the 2-inch journal that I have here. Okay, there's 2. Here's 3. And here is 4. Alright, I got it together like this, and I put a clip on there. This is going to be the front facing me. I put a clip on there, and at this point I took my glue, even up your edges, and I glued this area. Glue, 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 glue. And then I set it inside my cover. Okay, we have double stick tape on there, so I'm going to pull off my top layer of that double stick tape, and I'm going to set this right inside there, just like this. And I'm going to close it up by doing it this way. I'm going to hold this side, and I'm going to push this one down, and then I'm going to take this side. And see, with this side, you can tell I can't just push that one down. That's a problem. So that tells you that you need to be sure that you have one side that goes down on each end. And that's the way you'll put it into your cover. There you go, like that, and like that. Okay. Then I'm going to take and shut it like this. Once I've got it lined up right, I'm going to take my clip and just clip it right here. and leave it for about an hour. I want to make sure that's pushed up there real tight, right along the edge. And you can always go back and add a little more glue if you need to. You can add washi tape to secure it a little bit. But in most cases, using the glue and the double stick tape will pretty well secure it. Okay, now we said that was a 2-inch by 10-inch strip. For the little 1-inch journal that I made, and these are more difficult, I'm here to say that if you have any trouble with your fingers or your hands or anything, this is a little bit more difficult. I took, these are 5 inches long by 1 inch, and I did the same thing. I took my pieces and I folded them like this, and then I put them into a cover, glued them just like you did with the other one, and you're going to end up with the same thing. Now, here's a situation in which I did not leave enough ribbon on here to make a good bow on here when I get ready to tie this. So you do need to leave enough on there to be able to tie that shut if that's the way you're going to do this. You don't have to have a ribbon on there. It can just sit flat. A lot of these like this sit real nice. Now I said that these had 20 pages. And you're going, well, how can it be 20 pages? Well, a page is going to be the front and back of a piece of paper. Okay, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And that wasn't counting the ends here. So there's your 20 pages. Okay. I had the same number of pages in the Inchie. And the only thing different I had was difference of I had 10 pages in this one, and I could have had more. It was just my choice to make it 10 pages. I would say a minimum of 10 pages in this particular type. Okay, so super easy project. I would say if you're going to be in a swap and want to send these out, one of the 2-inch or the 3-inch makes a good swap gift. I think I would send more than one of the 1-inch if I were sending that, or you could send both. You could send like this. It's entirely up to you. It's supposed to be fun. It's not supposed to be something to stress over. But anyway, there it is, my little tiny journals. And set this up like this. Here's this one. Okay, I hope you give this a try. You have a good time. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.